Sit down.
What's good? What's good?
Tell the people where you were born and raised.
Born and raised, man, Madison, Florida. Migrated to Miami when I was 6 months old. I landed in Little River, Florida, what they call Robin Hood on 9 Deuce.
Now describe the streets of Miami in your era.
I don't want to show my age, you know what I mean? But at the same time, man, age is experience, you know? But when I was coming up, bro, we seen people working, bro. I guess the advantage of my hood is I stayed in the working class neighborhood where, you know, people pretty much, you know what I'm saying, was fending for themselves. You know, most of the people that stayed in my hood wasn't on no government assistance, man, you know what I'm saying? So we was considered, you know what I mean, like, you know, like, not uppity because we ain't had shit neither, my nigga. Our parents might have had a house, but we just didn't have no project like Liberty City, you feel me? When I grew up, man, you know, it was kind of hard for me because I wasn't considered a city nigga. We ain't had no traps in Robin Hood, Little River. As far as our neighborhoods, we didn't see the same neighborhood like 61st, like the Poker Bean, like Lincolnfield, Scott Project, you know? So my hood was different, bro. You know what I mean? We had the result of getting money other ways. And Little River's on the outskirts of Liberty City. So by us not having drug holes, traps, spots, and what have you, we had to find a way to get money. From my neighborhood, some way, somehow, we adapted the name of the Smash and Grabbers. Hence is where the name Robin Hood came from. For all you young boys out here watching this that's screaming, boo-hoo, and don't know what Robin Hood means. Robin Hood was given to us from the homicide and robbery detectives for robbing the tourists and going out to Arcola Lake, throwing big parties, giving back to the neighborhood. That's what Robin Hood came from. Not from you young niggas that don't know what the you talking about. And I'm one of the niggas that made it go federal. So if you want to ask the question, you ask Convertible Dave why and how I got a name in Robin Hood. Because I was one of the first young niggas with a convertible Cadillac, convertible cab, riding with the rawest nigga in the motherfucking city, Convertible Dave. And I had Chevys, man. I was a Chevy boy, so I got my name in the city from my cars, my flash, and me being out of the city for being a nigga with enough grit and grind to blend in the city.
Now, what circumstances led you to start dibbling and dabbling in the street and wanting to become a hustler?
When I came up, they used to call me Lil J. I used to watch my big brother Al. I used to watch him pull up in the little fancy cars. I used to watch my homeboy Silk, man, you know what I'm saying? Peace and love, Silky Diamond, Causey Bryant. The real one that nobody never speak of when they talk about the history of Miami. How dare you disgrace my homeboy name like that? Around here hollering all these little peon niggas and don't say Silky Diamond Slim. And I don't swing on nuts, but you gonna tell the truth around here. What made me a hustler, seeing niggas like that pull up on my set, man, in my hood on 9 Deuce, man, and these big fancy Cadillacs, fuck. I'm out here trying to play football, man. These cars looking good, man. I don't know how to take that, though, you feel me? So, you know, I just wanted to be that way. I wanted cars like that. I wanted the pretty girls that was in the passenger seat. I wanted that, bro. I grew up and I wanted that. That was something that I wanted. That's what influenced me to be a hustler.
The last episode that I did, I mentioned a guy named Norberto Candyman, and I also mentioned P-Man. Now, you mentioned a brother named Silky Diamonds that nobody seems to mention. Tell me about who that brother is and the type of relationship that you guys have.
I've been out here in these streets for a long time, and I salute every G from every hood, man. You feel me? No. Salute every G from every hood. But I'm Cal, my nigga. I done did a lot of things around here. You feel me? Man, I know Norberto. No P-Man. I had homeboys on P-Man label. Shout out to Norris, man. poor boy. Shout out to E-Class. I know Candyman, Norberto. Used to run the base station. See, all these dudes used to work for Silk. Who you thought they were getting that shit from? It's public information. You know who Silk is? That's my homeboy. Stay on the next street from me, man. That's who Silk is, and that's who Silk's relation to Norberto, and that's also Norberto's relations to P-Man Sam. The music game, street game, hustle game, tied in, and that's where I come in at. Silk is my man. I ain't got to touch spaces with a lot of you dudes because you ain't gonna know me, because I know your boss man.
Now, see, do me a favor, man. I know you're being a little modest about where we at, but be a little bit more specific on where we happen to be sitting right now.
I felt the topic was deserving of being epic, you feel me? Ain't nothing I do mediocre, man. I always consider myself to be A+, man. And I wanted to come back to the hood. I wanted to come back to where it all started from, man. You know, we on 9 Deuce. We on what we call the Deuce, man. The Oak Tree. 92nd Street, Miami, Florida, 33147. We call it the Sugar Shack, you feel me? But it's my people's house. You know what I mean? We all come back here. This the house, this the famous house of the twins. Y'all know the twins? It's your birthday. Go Lily, it's your birthday. Go Biggie, it's your birthday. Yeah, y'all know who it is. Lily and Biggie, man, it's my little girls, man, my little sisters, bro. We at the house, man, at the Sugar Shack, man. We doing this interview, man, right here. You know, we got you know what I'm saying? We got a nice environment, man. In the hood, love me over here. I salute my elders. Yeah. Yes, no, man. Oh, you really on yourself, nigga? What's up, bro? Everything, man. You yeah, man. That cow, man, from shit stink, dirt. You understand me? I got you. Nigga, boy, what's up? Damn, man. It's the hood, man. You gonna know what you're talking about if you come up around on this side right here, bro. Yeah. Because I ain't gonna spare your ass the truth. You ain't gonna know where you from until you know where you came from. Yeah, well, that's understandable. That's it. That's it. But that's why we need you, OG, to tell us the history before what we know, so everybody know what's going on. Y'all already know, man. Robin Hood Soldier, man. I'm Cal, bro. I'm still here. 9 Trey 17 right now.
My nigga, hold on. You said you was...
I went to the feds in 92.
Keep up. Hey, 92.
Now, see, hold on. You said that you was 16. Well,
16.
How many cars?
6 cars.
At 16 years old, that's the type of money that was coming through the city at that time?
I was 16 with 6 cars. Oh, man. I had a house on 58 Terrace. I had a candy green Toyota Celica. I had a photo silver Nova with thudders and cuts that I bought from them boys. Roll it up, my homeboys. Roll it up. Rex and Effects, I think that's what their name was. Dudes out of Carol City. I bought that Nova from them, that photo gray one. I also had the two-door one that I just told you about. Right. See, I'm a coupe, man. Then I had the coupe caddy, the big boy, the 86.
But that was white.
No, that you talking about the Vert.
You know what I'm saying?
We ain't talking about the Vert check.
I'm just saying.
You
like,
talking about convertible cab with the Vert, the white Vert. They ain't even got there yet.
Yeah.
We back at 16.
Every year we in the same class.
2 Novas.
Like niggas who like
Toyota.
for real.
A burgundy Crusader. A blue box Chevy.
I like
and what was the last? The last car was something. What was the last car? The blue box Chevy, 2 Novas, the Toyota, the Crusader, the burgundy Crusader, and there was another car.
See that one I had on.
I can't remember right now, but it was 6. When I was 17, I did the remix. First nigga in the city with an isobaric box with 4 18s in it. And I dare you to fucking say I'm talking about fucking lie. Ain't now nigga had a plexiglass fucking isobaric box with 4 18s in it in a caddy vert, but a young nigga named Cal off the Ave.
Now, Cal, tell me, were there a lot of murders happening in your time?
Well, yeah, it was, bro. I mean, I can't lie. You know, it's public information, man. You know, I was a part of a lot of them, and there was a lot of them happening, bro. You know, that era, man, we was a lot of wild stuff going on, bro. And if I go back to my days of back then, bro, man, I mean, I was a part of the first gang in Miami, bro. I mean, come on, bro. I'm a 2-2 player, man. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know what else to say.
Now tell me who the 2-2 players were and some of the founders.
Man, it's a bunch of right? And these my elders, like these my big brothers, right? But man, you know, like I said, I was 14 with the big boys, so you know, I don't consider a big boy at the time. But man, you know, one of the founders of the 2-2 players, like I say, Laverell Johnson, man. Tommy Johnson, man. Fats, God bless him. Pooey. God bless you, Pooey. Marvin.
Mike,
you know what I'm saying? Mike. Tell him, Mac. It was a bunch of us, man. You know, it was a bunch of them, man, you know. And I just so happened, man, that, you know what I'm saying, coming up. I was taken under the wing by one of the founders, which is one of the, like, you know what they say. I can't tell the story. They say one of the scariest niggas ever touched Miami soil, man.
Who that mean? Who that? What happened to be?
LAB. Coonhead. That red nigga with the green eyes named Laverell Johnson, man.
Oh, that.
You know, that nigga that, you know what I'm saying, he terrorized the city, man.
Now I'm gonna throw some names at you. Now tell me what comes to mind when I throw these names at you. Zoe Pound, Vonda's Gang, Big Ike, and the quote-unquote Booby Boys.
First thing come to mind when you say Zoe Pound, Paste, Thump, Remy, Face, Makazo. I watched the Zoe Pound not only form, I watched them form, come to the height of their career, fall, come into the prison system, embrace them like the G's they was, and salute them on the way out. That's how close I am to the Zoe Pound.
Vonda's Gang.
What up, Tron? What's up, homie? What's up, G? They say what I know when I know Vonda's Gang. I know you from my hood, my nigga. Soldier Love.
Big Ike.
Alcola Lake Elementary. Used to pick me up off 17th Avenue in the customized van. Him and his big head ass son, Lil Ike. Went to school with his son. My first cousin, He-Man, is his bodyguard. My homeboy James Sawyer is one of his right-hand mans. My real nigga Silky Diamond Slim was one of the second niggas in charge. And Mr. Motherfucking Miami. Don't you niggas get it twisted talking about you bosses, mayors, and all this other shit. Ain't nobody ever did it like Ike. And I was there to see it.
Booby Boys.
Kenny Williams, Michael Harper, Efo, Fat Wayne, Arthur Pless. The rest of you dudes, I might know you. I might miss your name. Them niggas' name I just called, y'all know what it is.
Speaking of Luke, right? How important and how legendary was the Pac Jam, and what did it mean to Miami and also to you coming up?
Yo, bro, let me tell you something, bro. When the Pac Jam came out, original Pac Jam, y'all know I'm 40 plus. When the Pac Jam was popping, It was the only teenage nightclub around here. So you want to ask how important Luke was? Luke bought something for the teenagers. Man, everything gonna have its pitfalls. Everybody gonna have their ups and downs. But the Pac Jam was really vital, man, to the community, man, because we had something to look up to. Bruh, there's some people right now looking at this that done got kicked out the house from going to Pac Jam that weekend. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The old girl said you couldn't go. But boy, the Pac Jam be so swole, you snuck out. Salute to all y'all that was on the base station in the Pac Jam walls, on the side of the speakers, doing your thug thizzle. Y'all know what we do down here in Dade County. When the panties drop, when the bass drop. Dade County, 305, C-Mob in this bitch.
So C, can you explain who Silky Diamond was and what was his status on the streets of Miami?
Silky Diamond, aka Silky Diamond Slim, he was in the top 3 chain of Isaac Hicks' drug organization. A lot of people miss him because he real silent. He don't speak much. You know, but he's a solid dude, man. I mean, through and through. Not saying that because he's from my neighborhood or I got a personal relationship with him. I just said because I don't hear nobody talk about him. And he was bigger than everything I hear the people talk about around here, besides Isaac Hicks.
Now, was Silky one of your inspirations on wanting to become a hustler?
Yeah, he was. Well, more so, I wouldn't say to become a hustler because when I first saw Silky, he was always fly. I never seen him hustle. I always seen him ride by in the fly cars with pretty girls. So that was my inspiration to want to do that. And the next time I had my opportunity to get close enough to Silky Diamond to grasp some of the knowledge he had, you know, we was unfortunately we was behind the walls of the penitentiary. And that didn't want to make me hustle because he taught me how to use my mind other than the hustle.
Now, Cal, when you was out here in the streets making noise, is it safe to say that you was known to be a hitter and someone that's not to be played with?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not a self-proclaimed nothing, you feel me? But they know. That's all I can say. Public information.
Now, we spoke about a situation that you had with a crew called the Lynch Mob. And then later on, if I'm not mistaken, they went by the name of John Doe. Now, during that situation, someone allegedly was shot. Can you tell us what led to that situation?
Oh, man, you know, peace, man. I gotta say, man, peace and love to all them boys over there. Peace and love to Carlos, you know, Kachi, man, that's my dude. You know, we since then, you know, we already done shook, man, you know what I'm saying, the bygones and bygones, you know, and everything. You know, we got money together as they turned into the John Doe boys. And Bub took over the hell. Kachi still was on board, you know, and I was fucking with Bub, I was fucking with Cooter Hound, so, you know, we mended those ways, but that came through from one of my close friends and relatives, man, Chico. You know, we was all inside a club, man, on 7th Avenue, and something popped off, man, and, you know, shots rang off, and, you know, we was left standing. That's all I can say.
Now, see, you was telling me that you was the picture man on the compound. So basically everything that came through that visiting room had to come through you, or it wasn't moving. Being as young as you was, how did you gain that type of status? Because we know that's not your average Joe type of shit.
You know, That's a good question. I'm glad you answered that, or asked that, because see, I never spoke about it, you know what I'm saying, outside the walls. Because when I left the walls, I left all that to my boys back there. But as everybody came through there, I mean, meaning like the faces of, matter of fact, this is at Coleman Penitentiary too, to make it understandable. CNN used to be out there night, flighting out people. A lot of killings, man, a lot of gang wars, and it just so happened that my custody level was so high because of the violence in my custody that I had to be in a level 5 penitentiary. But the time I had was short, so they knew that with the time I had, I wouldn't take no unnecessary chances in a position like that to do the things that I was doing. So they pushed me there. I didn't ask for it, but when they pushed me there, me being a G from the streets, I understood how to take advantage of it.
Now, you mentioned being in the zoo with Noriega. Now, are we talking about the General Manuel Noriega from Panama? And did you have any interaction with him?
Yeah, man. Shout out to all them boys. I can't call all y'all names, man. Y'all know what time it is. Shout out to all y'all boys that was at the zoo with me. And shout out to Jeff, J.A. Fort Myers, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he was the only other dude that was active in the back in the back, that can go to special housing unit and go downstairs to the special unit where Manuel, the general from Panama, Noriega, we used to stay at. No other person can go back there. And the only reason why we was able to go back there is then again, they had me under close scrutiny of the administration. And they had me working in the lieutenant office up under them, thinking that was gonna stop me from making the moves on the compound at the zoo that I was, y'all know what the time, I ain't gotta say it, right? Everybody that was there know what time it was. I was he. Don't get it twisted.
Now, you were also locked up with the Falcon Brothers, a.k.a. the Cocaine Cowboys. Now, the same question as before, did you have any interaction with them guys, and what was their personality like and their temperaments in the prison system?
Man, really and truly, I was young. So I'm young in the system, and I didn't really know who I was dealing with, per se, as to the status they were. But I really didn't know who they were. I'm still a new jack to the world. Caught up early, so as they were going back and forth to court, I was one of those people fortunate enough to be back there to sneak them some cigarettes and transfer messages to the other co-defendants and stuff like that, man. And they used to call me Lil J, man. So they confided in me, and that alone lets you know, man, my personality is one of 1,000.
Who was the city boys and who was the towners?
Well, the city boys, man, it really was like an acronym, man, and the towners was like an acronym. But what it was just a way for me to distinguish a set of people from a set. Like, you automatically knew the towners because they always threw the foes up, meaning for life, towner for life. Which a town, we gotta respect town because that's the first black neighborhood in Miami. That's the original black neighborhood over town. So we respect town. And then the city boys, meaning the second migration of the black race into Miami was Liberty City, Brown Sub Liberty City. So the city boys, meaning the people that has had residences in the city, and the guys that stay in the city that just chill together, and they call themselves the city boys. So it was, that's how you differentiate the two.
When did you realize that you had to make a change in your life, and where were you when you came to that realization?
Man, I realized I had to make a change in my life after I did 364 days straight in confinement, 23 hours a day locked down, man. They had me locked up in the zoo, man, in the cage, you feel me? So after that, man, they let me out for a week, man, and I was able to taste the freedom a little bit, sit up under the palm trees and burn me some good green, and it just automatically just shipped me. when they shipped me, by me being so close to home, it took me away from my children. So when it took me away from my children, man, I'm like, man, I've been riding away from home so long. So now I got close to being around my kids and stuff, man. I got to do what it takes for me to stay close to them so I can see them more. So that situation right there and sending me back to the penitentiary forced me to, man, change my ways so I can at least make some good time out of what I was doing, be able to get back out of these streets, man. That's what it was.
What changed from the Miami that you grew up in to the Miami now? And do you think it is better? Do you think it is safer? And are there more opportunities now than there was when you was coming up?
Oh, no. It wasn't no more opportunities. Now it ain't more opportunities now than when it was coming up. It was way more opportunities when we was coming up than it is now because it was way more ways to hustle. Now it's safer now than it was then because technology is so broad. Cameras, camera phones, everybody got them. They ain't had that when I was coming up. So it was easy to get away with a lot of stuff, you know. So we living in a safer environment now, man. The hustle is hard. It's limited now. You got to have a certain technical mind to try to be technically savvy to try to swing over this and swing over that and all that. And we ain't have to do that when we was coming up. The hustle was raw.
Now, see, give me the name of your both of your books, and where can the viewers purchase the books?
Okay, the first book is it's called Gambling for Cash. It can be purchased, you know, anywhere online. You know, it's in 5,000 different languages. You know, all U.S. Anything online, Barnes & Nobles, Amazon. You know, all of that stuff. The second book is Across the Causeway. Across the Causeway, and it's sold all over online as well. So you can find it anywhere online, or you can holler at me.
So tell me, if you could have done anything different in life, what would you have done?
A lot of people know my upbringing, and from coming up, man, I was prophesied on to be a leader. I didn't understand that shit because I thought they wanted me to be a preacher, and I didn't think I wanted to be in church. I went to prison, bro, and I was inquisitive. I wanted to know things, so I sought things. Now, I read things and I understood things. And anybody that know the process of being inducted into Islam, they find a name suitable to your personality. And I never been inducted to Islam. But I went to all their classes. I went to all their teachers. And I supported them in the system. Nation of Islam, Sunni Muslims, Christians. I'm an ordained minister. I got 4 years of Bible college. But that don't sway me to being no pastor. So when they told me I was a leader, I thought they was trying to push me into being behind the pulpit. So I strayed away. I got to prison and they gave me a name of Musa. And for all you that don't understand what Musa means, it means Moses. The man that's here to guide the people. Since I was born, man, they told me I was a leader, bro. Man, I had my pitfalls, bro. But, bro, what changed me is knowing when people recognize who you are, with you only being who you are.